I don't mean to steal a mother's valor, but it's true. It's been like 3 weeks, maybe a month since I've uploaded anything. And I haven't looked at my page, so I haven't seen the comments. I haven't seen my subscriptions. I haven't been on my Discord. I know there's a bunch of DMs, but I'm I'm scared to see. In fact, let's open the Discord real quick. Let me just see how many. I'm not doing this to brag. I'm not proud of this, but let's just see how many DMs I have, how many notifications. I heard somewhere that in this day and age, you can kind of just do whatever you were gonna do anyway in your day to day, and just make some content about it, and you'll be fine. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to just talk about some things I've been thinking about. And hopefully it'll be at least partly entertaining. If you're unaware, last month I put out probably the best thing I've ever made. The How to Get Your Movie on Tubi. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? I think that plus the Haunted Pennsylvania 4 movie, which they're meant to be slotted together like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, lock-on technology. Those two things together create a full movie, and I think that all together is like the pinnacle of things I've ever made. But yeah, since I put that out, I've been in bed for about 2 weeks, more or less, which is not exactly something that I want or something I aspired to have happen, especially, because it was such a high getting it made and getting it done. Like, I'm so proud of it. I love it so much, but like, I was just done afterwards, even though I knew I have so much to do every single second of every day. And I realized, like, this has to be at least a little tiny bit of what postpartum depression is like for mothers. Just I've spent this time creating this thing, and then I made the thing, and the thing's out there, and then just I'm just depleted afterwards. And I mean, because that was the time, the past two and a half weeks, that was the time I should have like started cutting together little TikToks and posting them every day of the movie and being in people's face, promoting this and that, and just starting the next project. But I didn't do any of that, which is concerning, especially at my advanced age, when the only thing I should be doing is making some sort of money and not laying around in bed all day. Eventually, the world sort of took notice and kicked me out of bed a little bit with a couple of things you probably saw in the news that occurred about 30 minutes down the street from my house with the protesting and everything. So I've found that over the years, especially the last couple of months, I've become more and more and more sensitive. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all, but I have to I've become more sensitive. It almost feels exponential daily. But I don't think it's a problem. It's just I need to be able to work with it and deal with it as it happens. So, snowballing, compounding sensitivity combined with direct violations of my own people, occurring, like I said, 30 minutes down the street is can definitely get you out of bed. You should have, if you've watched this far in the video, you should have listened to my albums, well, all of them, but you definitely should have heard It Should Never Be How It Used to Be. I guess this is the part of the video where I announce that the sort of spiritual successor is currently in production. I think I can have it out by like April. I haven't been in front of the mic in a while. I can have it out by August. They both start with an A. I've been very inspired. I saw Devon Townsend's last show on his last tour ever. Who knows? But it felt like the end. Well, I mean, obviously, I was witnessing the end of an era. He's been touring for like 30 years straight, and he finally that was the last show of what he's saying could be like his last big tour ever. So, I mean, Devon Townsend is the reason I'm here today. Even though none of my music resembles his at all. There's one segment in Poor Rockets, I took his arpeggio shape. But other than that, I don't think you can really tell how big of an influence he is to me, but he is, because before him, I had no idea that you could just make an album by yourself at your house. And then he did his Ziltoid album by himself at his house, and that was in 2007. And before I discovered him, I thought you had to hire a bunch of people and engineers, and you had to buy studio time, and you had to put a band together. And then I heard Ziltoid, and I was like, oh, I can just do that by myself at home. Cool. And it's all, I say it all the time to myself. Devon Townsend ruined my life. He set me down this path. So I feel like this next album, there's a lot of things I have going for it. It's just a lot of ideas. Of course, it's going to be a very socially aware sort of album. And it just feels like the accumulation of a bunch of things going on. It feels like the protests going on, plus the imminent war that's starting, plus seeing the end of an era that meant so much to me, plus my therapist coming to the conclusion that I am a very angry person who does not allow any anger to ever be shown. And I would say to him over and over, well, I have angry music, blah, blah, blah. But that's still made in isolation here by myself, usually angry about myself. I don't know, it's hard to quantify. I'll probably cut this all out. But I just feel that real anger, maybe, and this is something I'm actively discovering as I'm writing this album. I think it is or at least a healthy anger, has sort of a fearlessness to it. There's still, in my angry music, it feels like there's something being held back, and that I could push it a lot further, because at the end of the day, I was always afraid of upsetting people or this or that. But the new stuff I'm writing, like, has some, like, genuinely, like, I won't give nothing away, but there's, I don't want to say edginess, but it's certainly pushing boundaries in brand new, exciting ways that make me uncomfortable. I think that's maybe the key, because there's still, even in songs like, I don't know, like Selfish Animal or Afraid or this or that, there's still like this element of safety. This new stuff is sort of completely off the rails. And it's funny because, you know, my whole goal right now is money. This is not going to be a commercially viable excursion. But who knows? I've been listening to a lot of Death recently. I'm going through their discography, getting to know it, and I'm loving it. Mostly because of, after seeing the Devon Townsend show, I've just been sort of combing through his discography again, Strapping Young Lad, all that, which was my thing in high school. I was like, man, I need more Gene Hoglan in my life. So he played on Individual Thought Patterns and Symbolic. And of course, he kills it. A lot of people say Symbolic's the best, but Individual Thought Patterns, it's hitting a little crazier for me. Plus, that might be the best sounding snare I've ever heard. Ever. It's crazy. Yeah, I think the next album's going to sound a lot like this. What else have I been doing? Well, this has been censored on the screen the whole time. But we have a new cartoon in production. I just finished. I don't even have the script yet, but I have all of the bullet points. I have all the ideas. I know how it's going to go in my head, but I haven't scripted it out yet. But I decided this time around I would do all the 3D modeling first. So I just finished the characters today. I need one more set, and then I'll do the script, and that, which is back. I'm just trying things out. This is only my second script ever. So I'm learning my process. I'm refining my process. But this cartoon's gonna be something special. What else have I been doing? I started playing video games again. Unfortunately, the Awful April fundraiser to get a Switch 2 was a total failure, but I finally got into the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Pack courses. It took me a long time to realize, but I actually genuinely hate Mario Kart as it is, but I adore doing staff races. I can't stand getting hit with items, but the staff races, especially when it's a really good ghost, it's a thrill. Getting a little better at it. It's a thrill. So I've been doing that for the first time, having a good time. I gotta beat Tropical Freeze soon, as I bought it launch day for Wii U in like 2013 or whenever it came out, and I never got around to it. So I got to get all these Staff Ghosts done and Tropical Freeze 100% before Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out, which I don't even know if I'll get that day one. I still don't have a Switch 2, but you know, it's like that. I'm enjoying video games again, and I also started reading again, trying to be a big reader. I started The Violent Bear It Away by Flannery O'Connor, and it's good. She's so good at describing the sun. Just incredible. I'm still pretty early into it, but I'm enjoying it. What else have I been doing? I finally watched The Amazing Digital Circus. I'm caught up. 5 episodes, right? It's cool. It's cute. I'll keep watching it. I subscribed. But you know, it's creative, it's fun. I like the characters. But I only started it because, I mean, as you know, I have my Pawn Me character. Not to be confused with the Digital Circus. Pomni. I think Pawn Me rolls off the tongue a lot better than Pomni. Pawn Me. Like, I keep that strap pawn me. That's how I remember which one's mine. It's that I keep the strap pawn me. Yeah, I watched it, and I feel like I'm capable of writing things on that scale. So, but yeah, the only reason I started watching it was because I saw this picture of SpongeBob, and I thought at first it was talking about my character, Pawn Me, and I was like, and then I realized, oh, but yeah, so I'm caught up on that. Also, the most recent episode was a bunch of little ideas all jammed together, which is exactly what I did in my Awful April finale. So once again, I'm on top of the game. Also, Justin Bieber. It's fun. Justin Bieber has been, you know, I make a video about Justin Bieber. I show solidarity with him. And I'm constantly repping the bass god. And Justin Bieber's been posting Lil B music like daily for like a week. So that's fun. You want to see something? These are delicious, and this might be like the most beautiful yellow. This is the last one. This might be the most beautiful yellow I've ever seen, because it's like deep yellow, but it's also like, I don't know, it's like light and it's dark. It absorbs light really well. It's like a dark yellow, but it's got the white in the middle. So then it's like also light. It's just a good yellow to me. I learned Pro Tools. Yeah, I mixed in it, I mastered in it. I can do buses, I can do MIDI, I can route stuff, I can automate. Pro Tools is really funny, but like I almost get it. I mean, I do get it. I read the whole manual. I made a song in it. I can now work in it if I wanted to. And I think sometimes I will. I don't think it has any advantage over any other DAW, but like just something about looking at it and just being in it and knowing how to use it just makes my brain work a little differently. So I see it as a valuable asset to future Kyle Landon music. And then because of what I want this next album to do, I realized FL Studio is not going to cut it. So I think something bit me like right before I started recording. It's all red. It's hot. Maybe because I'm not wearing headphones. This is what I get for not wearing headphones for 2 seconds. I get bit. Oh yeah, I learned Ableton too. Yes, sir. I learned Ableton. I read the whole manual. I think about 80% of this album's going to be in Ableton, because straight up, like, the tempo warping is it's exactly what I need. And the audio recording's great. Comping's great. My only concern with Ableton is mixing and mastering in it, because the latency is so weird. Well, let me describe it to you. If you don't use, I only know these 3 DAWs now: FL, Ableton, and Pro Tools. I don't remember if Pro Tools does it like this, but FL, if you bypass an effect plugin and it has latency, the latency will be gone when you bypass it. So, you know, if you have a limiter and it's adding 10 milliseconds or whatever, I don't know, that's a lot. But if it's doing that and you bypass it in FL, that 10 milliseconds is gone, you're good. Ableton doesn't do that. I like to do all of my writing, all of my producing, all of my arranging, all of my recording, all of my engineering, all of my mixing, all of my mastering, all in one project, because I like to be able to just change things and add things at any point. So it's easy, you know, if I'm like, well, I got to record something new, I can just bypass, my master chain, bypass a couple of things going on, because the master always has a ton of latency. I'll just bypass all that. And then, my latency will be back down. I can record whatever I need to do and then turn everything back on. It'll all be fine. Ableton, there's no such thing. So I'd have to, if I wanted to do that, I would have to manually delete all of the plugins that are causing latency, record the thing, and then add them back in. I mean, at the end of the day, I could just rack everything together, throw it into a folder, delete them all, do what I got to do, and then drag it back in. But it's an extra step that I don't want to have to deal with, that I don't have to deal with in FL. But yeah, overall, I'm loving Ableton. I love Pro Tools. I think I'm just blessed, I think, with the ability to just look at music making programs and just be happy to be here, Like, if it makes music, if it makes sound, and I know how to use it, I'm happy. That's all it is at the end of the day. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna replace FL with Ableton or this or that. It's just like, oh, now I don't just have one sword, I have two swords. I have three swords. Ooh. Sometimes I'll use this one, sometimes I use that one, It's like sometimes I'll use Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Other times I'll use Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Third times I'll use Frank's Red Hot Sauce. But then there's that fourth time I might hit the Tapatio. What else has been going on? Oh, if you remember, I have a neighbor outside who likes to get into domestic disputes constantly while I'm recording. She's made some appearances over the past however long I've been doing this. Subscribe to the Patreon. I got the snare, I think. If you remember, if you're a true Kyle Landon fan. Maybe 2 nights ago, for the first time ever, I heard her scream the N-word twice, maybe 3 times at her boyfriend or whoever as he was walking out into the street right here. I could see everything. But she is white, he is white. I don't know. I don't know what exactly was going on, but she screamed that at him with the ER a couple of times. And while I wasn't offended or shocked, it made me look at things differently, because I've been listening to this lady argue with people for, I don't know, I'm not exaggerating, over 10 years. And actually there was once some cops shot someone with a hacky sack with a beanbag or something right in front of our house, and our house cameras caught footage of it. So the cops came over to get footage of it and to question some people in the house what they saw, because they were trying to determine if excessive force was being used. I was the only person in the house that didn't witness it. I heard it all, but I didn't see it. But I saw the camera footage later. It was funny. I would show you if it wasn't doxing me hard. But yeah, the cops were coming over there asking us questions. And one of the cops asked me, he said, hey, is this still the same family living here at this house? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I used to work at this beat all the time. I would come here all the time. And I was like, bruh, they're still at it, but the cops don't come no more. Anyway, yeah, her saying the N-word, it didn't offend me. It didn't shock me. But for the longest time, I've always felt like, oh man, that meth really took a hold of her. I hope things turn out okay eventually. I just hope for peace and happiness for them. But now she's just an op. Now she's an enemy. Now I can peacefully, actively pray on her downfall and enjoy her suffering and chaos, because I no longer have any empathy. So that's pretty cool. What else? Started watching Metalocalypse. That's fun. It's been super fun. I'm already on season 2. It too, also, some of that animation, some of it looks really good. Some of it is super, super, super jank. And it just makes me feel that much better about what I'm doing. But yeah, it's been a good show. It's got some good tunes. It seems like everybody ever is a guest voice in there. I know Devon Townsend's coming up, so I'm excited to hear his voice. Probably have 2 lines total, but what else have I been doing? I started practicing the guitar seriously again. I decided to finally knock out a couple of things I should have taken care of when I was in high school and had nothing better to do. But I'm trying to learn. I mean, I've always known how to tap, but how to really, really do complicated tapping things, Uh, I'm starting sweep picking. I mean, that's more of a speed exercise, but it's a work in progress. But and then the four finger, and then the A minor. It's, it's just, I'm working on it. I'll get there. I also learned I could always do harmonics upwards easily, but I can never do it downstroke. But I figured that out. I also you can't. It's actually strategically placed, but I finally put the whammy bar back on. I'm messing with that for the first time. So that's fun. We're getting there. Not quite an Instagram guitarist yet. Look, I fixed this guitar up. This is my old high school guitar. This is my old beauty. This strap is jacked up. Fixed it. Just put new strings in last night. Finally glued the nut. The nut was falling out. We gotta open C right now because I've been practicing so many Devon Towns songs. I realized Kingdom's easy. But there's the bridge, the big bridge middle breakdown section is super rough on the right arm. So that switching between the palm muting is crazy. I'm practicing it. But it all comes back to my favorite, my first Devon Townsend song, my absolute favorite. I've been practicing this song at like 130% speed. I will become even better than him at this. I'm gonna just show you. This is by your command. This is usually this is at 188 BPMs. I'm gonna play it at 235. If you know this song, you already know what's coming. But if you don't know this song, then watch. That was 125% speed. I got one. Goodness. I definitely have one, like 110% in the bag, let alone 100. Play a new riff off the new album. It up twice. I would watch that live video over and over again, and I used to play that last figure. I used to play that last figure differently, and then I noticed in the live video his pinky was just going crazy, just mind of its own, just moving. I had to learn that recently. I was playing that all high school, playing it with only the first 3 fingers. But yeah, my ultimate goal is to be just like him in his famous Devon Towns Unleashed video, where he's sweet picking and being psychotic, and also just rambling. And it's a horrifying video.
My wife's at home freaking out. I'm sitting here fucking doing this type of shit that I fucking learned when I was the dungeon master in grade fucking 12. Oh boy, what if it's gonna start tapping? Oh, it's tapping too. Maybe a slide? Oh, indeed, and great. It's such a sweet picking. You see, basically, you start doing this shit, basically you go to the neck picking, right? And it's like you do this stuff, you feel to yourself, you know, what sort of void am I filling in terms of musical composition? And the answer is nothing. I'm doing fuck all. I'm sitting around here pissing around, trying to make music that people are gonna like, and in the meantime I'm going fucking broke!
For a number of reasons, but it's something that I aspire to. You know, this what I'm doing right now is just a cheap sort of pastiche. It's not a real sort of imitation of what he's really doing, you know. But eventually I'll get to a place where I can, you know, really get some crazy sweeps in and say something of sort of any value at all, you know. One of the things I like about the guitar so much is how physical you can get with it and try to just break it and get angry with it. So that's something I'm shooting for with the new album. You know, really, really feel the anger. Just really. And you know, that's why I switched to Ableton for this. Because I want the tempo to sort of fluctuate and be crazy and just get faster and faster and then slow down a little bit and lag behind and then speed up again and just be psychotic. You cannot do that with FL at all when you're dealing with live audio, but you can in Ableton. Real quick, before I gobble down this grown-up meal made for adults and not children, I realized somewhat recently that my character Blee that we all love and adore, he in a way he's a big ripoff of Ziltoid. If you don't know Ziltoid is an alien character that Devon Towns created. That's sort of a super hyper exaggerated version of himself. He's a big self-insert, and he's an alien. And guess what Blee is? Blee is a self-insert alien character who's hyper exaggerated version of myself. So completely unintentional. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. The influence, just endless. So that's what's been going on. I think I know better at this point than to make promises or say this is coming next. I'm gonna do this next, this and that. But all I will say is that I'm working very hard on things. The postpartum depression has ceased for me. And I think I found a way to combat it, because if I don't take precautions, it's going to happen again after this next cartoon. So it was originally just a joke in this new cartoon I'm working on, but I realized, that I want to see that too. So that's the next cartoon after this one that I've already started to plan out that too. So I guess just always keeping one in the chamber so that the day if something's done, I still have something else to do, and then just constantly working on something and having something else to do forever and ever until I die. I think is going to be the plan from here on out. But yeah, let me know if this video format did it for you, if it was of any entertaining value, or if it was just totally self-indulgent nonsense. I'll be back around soon. I will be around entertaining you forever as I pick dust off of my pop filter. But thanks for sticking around. Sorry I've been absent. Me apologizing for it does not absolve me of my sins. I will get around to everyone's messages eventually. I will be back in the Discord eventually. But I'm busy. Trying to make this money while also not selling out. Being myself, doing what I want to do. It's possible. Thanks for being here. I wish you all the best. I hope you are not suffering from any postpartum depression of your own. I will be around very, very soon. Actually, tomorrow is Sonic's birthday. So if you're watching this the day I upload it, I think we're going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm probably just going to play through Sonic Adventure 2. So yeah. But if you're watching this in the future, then the VOD of that will be available forever. So yeah. Peace.